Morning everyone, it's Andy T here from Blairvadach. Today's Blairvadach Bite, we're going to talk about the house spider. Okay, so here we are. We're going to look for a likely place to find a spider. This is my electricity box. There's sometimes quite a big spider in here, so we'll have a look and see if we can find one today. And there is one at the back, at the top left there. Fairly large size house spider. And what I'm now going to do is attempt to catch that spider. The spider will probably do quite a good job of running away from me. And I'm going to try not to damage the web too much, so that when I set it free later it's still got its web in place. It relies on its web for food. Try and get it to come to the front a bit. Now, I'm not scared of this spider, just trying not to damage its web. They have a bad rap, house spiders, but they're really quite harmless. There we go, it's outside. And onto my hand. I'm handling it gently, because I don't want to harm it. So this is our friendly giant that lives in most of our houses. This spider is commonly known as a house spider. There are in fact 5 species of house spiders, but to be able to tell the difference between the 5 individual species is really quite difficult. You need a microscope and you need to look quite closely at various parts of the spider's body. So for us, we would just commonly call these 5 species house spiders. Now, house spiders are among the biggest spiders in Britain. There's only one species, in fact, that could possibly be bigger than the biggest house spiders. So the thing about the house spiders, though, is that to human beings they're completely harmless. Theoretically they would be capable of biting us, but they are not prone to doing that. They just very gently walk about, and when you try to catch them, they usually just try to run away and hide. So I've been handling these since I was very, very young, and I've never been bitten by one. So I like to think of these as friendly giants. Now, spiders are hugely important to us. They are the main predators of insects, and insects are the main pests that cause problems for human beings. So without spiders, our houses would be overrun with horrible things like fleas and mites and things that we don't particularly want in our houses. And all of our crops that we try to grow for food would be eaten by all different kinds of insects. Spiders are absolutely vital for human beings' survival. We know it's a spider because it's got 8 legs. All spiders have 8 legs. It also has, although we can't see that very clearly, 8 eyes. Most spiders have 8 eyes, but not all. The reason they have 8 eyes, of course, is because they're very successful predators. Their eyes are not as good as our eyes, so they can't see really clear vision, but they're really sensitive to changes in light. So they'll be able to feel the difference in shade with where I'm holding the spider, and where my hands are, or where the hands of the camera person are. Their eyes face in multiple directions, and that's why spiders can stay completely still and still detect what's happening around them. So they have 2 eyes facing forwards, and then the other 6 eyes will face in various directions. So even without moving, they have vision in all directions. So spiders are particularly sensitive to vibration. You can think of that like our sense of feel. So they have an extremely good sense of feel. That's how they can sense by feeling the web. They feel it with their arms, and the slightest vibration from an insect, and they will be able to feel that, and that's when they move forwards and move in to catch their prey. They'll be able to tell whether it's a big insect, a small insect, a fly or a not fly, by all the vibrations that come through the web. They can also sense danger around them by vibrations they feel from the ground, but even vibrations they feel in the air. So they have an incredibly acute sense of feel, and you can see the tiny little hairs all over its legs, and they're actually involved in that process. So those tiny little hairs are sensitive to movements in the air. So we know this is a female spider. You can see the two little fingers at the front going like that, right on the front of the head. They're called its palps, and they're completely straight. If it was a male spider, the palps would have little bobbles on the end of it. So we know this is a female. I would suggest this female is not quite fully grown, but we are in the winter now, and spiders are probably at their largest in the summer. This spider was probably born last year, about 6 months ago, and it will be at its full size in about 5-6 months time, coming into the summer. So we're going to say thank you very much to our giant house spider, and we're going to set her free back on our web where we got her from, so she can carry on eating all those annoying pests that we don't want living with us. Off you go!